Hey there, you're watching the Jessa Channel live on YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer, where I am playing through as Mersie, the little Bosmer who wants to be a knight. This is Mersie right now. She is got a wonderful outfit on that has been crafted by Leah, the TGC, the Jessa Channel costumier for Elder Scrolls Online. She makes all of Mersie's armor, and I'm deeply grateful to her. Mersie's favorite thing to do is jump because she's very happy. She's gonna wave hello to you now. Hi! Let's see if I can get her voice right. I'm Mersie. Hey, I'm Mersie, and I'm going to be playing through Elder Scrolls Online. I really like it, except I just broke the fourth wall, so I probably shouldn't do that. Anyway, there's dragons. Whoops! Fourth wall breakage. Right out in the episode. Come right out, break the fourth wall. You know, professional. And does she love this outfit? Duchess Silver is her name in chat, but Leah is the one who does all of her armor, all of her weapons. The whole loadout is from Leah. We could go chicken jumping. That's a good idea. Let's go ahead and take a look at our journal. The Usurper Queen. We are doing the main quest line of ELSWEYR. Oh, and one more thing. A new episode, the first edited episode of the series with Mersie will be going up tomorrow. My editor is rendering those, and I will be uploading them tonight, and they look great, and he did a great job. So look forward to seeing that. If you want to see, if you're unable to make a live stream, or you just want to carry on with the story without the live stream interruptions, yeah, go ahead and grab that episode. It'll be up on the channel tomorrow in its own playlist. The Elder Scrolls Online edited episodes playlist on the Jessa Channel. And my apologies, there's a loud truck outside. So, Mersie opens her journal. She reads her notes to find out where she needs to go next. After learning that Morlemnir the Dragon considers Euraxia, the Usurper Queen of Rimmon, to be nothing more than a puppet, Abnethon, I mean, he's really bossy, but, well, he's the one who's going to be helping me out with this. He believes that parley is our best course of action. I don't really know what a parley is. I think it means something like have a big talk. But he's considering this our best course of action, especially considering the current state of the Khajiit army. Abnethon wants me to mate him in Rimmon before we head to the palace to parley with his half-sister Euraxia. It's going to be an uncomfortable family meeting, I'm pretty sure. He told me he wanted me to be his valet. I understand, and I asked Finial about it, and Finial says it's something about putting on clothes on famous and rich people and all that. So I'm gonna, pretend that I'm like he's like a servant or something, so we can get into the castle, and they'll let me in too, thinking I'm with him. So he said he's gonna be here in Rimmon, so I think I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna find him. Let's see. I'm on the outskirts of Rimmon now. Let me just walk in and see. Just by the stable. Who asked me that? Does Jasmine still work for me? Oh, wait, let's grab this. No, she does not. She was unable to complete the work in the time I needed due to her college schedule. So I have another editor who's working out really, really, really good. So we're gonna see. I cross my fingers and hope. Building a team is challenging. It's challenging, yeah. But right now the Jessa Channel has a team of 6. which kind of amazes me. It really does amaze me. It's really cool to see all the adventurers going back and forth through Rimmen. Hello, Mothering. Welcome. Gonna snuggle up and lurk. Aww. You enjoy yourself. I'd be doing the same thing if I weren't streaming. If I could split myself in two and watch me when I'm streaming, I'd be snuggling up and lurking. Right, I don't see him here. So give me a, oh, let me just double check everything here. Can you guys give me a, audio check, please? I still feel like the music's a little bit too low. Let's see if we can raise that a little bit. There we go. So give me a sound check, please. Okay, thank you, Daniel. And what we're looking for is the audio balance, music, game sounds. It sounds good. Okay, thanks, Gail. Sounds perfect. Excellent. Appreciate that. Thank you for the sound check. All right. Lots of people running around, but I know that's because there's a war in Cyrodiil. And I know that supplies and all of that has to be gathered really quickly. Lots of adventurers on their way. Let's see what we got here. Oh! There he is. Oh, Abner, hi! It's me, Mersie. I'm here just like you constructed.
I expected sorrow and despair, but the situation here goes beyond even my prophetic inklings.
Are you sure? I mean, besides everybody running around because of the war and all, Rimmen looks really peaceful to me. I don't really see, you know, what you're talking about with your prophetic whatever you said.
On the surface, yes. But peace through tyranny provides false harmony. Euraxia uses fear and threats of violence to keep the Khajiit in line, making them second-class citizens in their own province. It appalls me to think Euraxia and I are related.
How's the dialogue sound? Is it, you know, I'm going to actually bring it up a little bit. Just a little bit. Tell me how that works. Because I think it might be a little low. Fear and threats of violence? You mean she's been making the poor Khajiit who walk around and live here feel in fear of their lives? What do you mean exactly?
It would be better if I showed you. Follow me and I'll demonstrate the true depths of my half-sister's villainy. Her grip on Rimmen is far tighter than it appears.
I don't mean to insult your family. But, hi Lily! But, she seems, you know, really nasty. Not a good person. Okay, so we can either skip the tour, which I'm not gonna do. And when it's red here, I've learned that that's a choice that will somehow matter in the story. It's an important choice. Alright, well, I really want to see how Euraxia's rule is, and how she's been keeping the Khajiit in line. So, yeah, show me.
Very well. But what I'm about to show you isn't for the faint of heart. Follow me.
Alright. I'm not faint, trust me.
Have you ever visited a Rimmen workhouse? They treat the Khajiiti workers worse than slaves.
That's awful. No, I haven't, and I hope I never will.
It's that building over there. For most of Rimmen's Khajiit, it's the only job available to them.
What goes on inside there?
The workhouse serves to snare the poor and the destitute, those who fall behind on their debts. They come here to find employment and earn a decent wage, but the costs deducted to pay for room and board leave them worse off than they were before.
The workhouse only accepts Khajiiti workers? Is that right?
One of the first things Euraxia did after declaring herself queen was to institute tariffs and fines that apply only to Khajiiti citizens. No one else needs the workhouse. A cruel tactic, but effective.
Mersie's face starts to crumple up with sadness and upset. This hits her honor to the very core. There's nothing the Khajiit can do? I mean, I imagine not, but there's nothing?
The Rimin Khajiit? No. Any complaints incur fines for causing a public disturbance or some other inane ordinance. No one wants to risk falling even further into debt. It's ingenious. Monstrous, but ingenious.
I'm glad you recognize that it's monstrous. And you're not planning to let it continue. It sounds like slavery.
Oh, Euraxia is clever. She pays the Khajiiti, and the workhouse isn't technically a prison. On the surface, it appears to be a place that helps society's unfortunates, but underneath, it's slavery without any of the uncomfortable trappings.
All right. By my honor, I think Euraxia's gonna pay for this. I don't know how. I don't know if I will be able to do it, but I'm gonna make sure I'm a part of it.
Now, let's visit the Rimin marketplace.
All right.
Take a look around. Business seems to be thriving, but appearances can be deceiving.
I'm looking. There's a merchant over there. There's some good merchants there. In fact, I think I've bought some supplies from here before. Everything looks really peaceful and really happy. I don't see the problem.
It may be hard to see, but the Khajiiti merchants struggle to keep their stalls open, while the less bestial business people rake in the profits. Euraxia would have you believe it's a matter of work ethic, but we know better.
She thinks they're lazy? You're saying that the Khajiiti merchants are treated unfairly?
Unfairly doesn't begin to cover it. Khajiiti merchants must deal with high tariffs, extra inspection fees, costly licenses. Euraxia's squeezing them for every piece of gold imaginable. She even instituted a fur tax.
A fur tax? What's she gonna institute next? A brown people's tax? Or an elves tax?
On the surface, it seems reasonable to make Khajiiti pay for extra inspections to ensure their fur isn't getting into the products they sell. And while they do shed, it's just another way to discriminate against the rightful citizens of this land.
Oh, this is hitting a bit close to home. This is hitting quite a bit close to home. All right, let's move on.
Come along. I want to show you the improvements Euraxia made to the palace rooms.
The improvements? Well, improvements to castle walls can't be too bad.
See the trebuchets? Notice how they're aimed into the city below.
Mersie looks closely. Yeah. Wait a minute. the city below there. It's beautiful. And then those trebuchets. They aimed right at the other... They aim right at the citizens. I don't understand.
See how the siege weapons sit upon the walls? When it comes right down to it, you're looking at the secret of my half-sister's success.
I wouldn't consider her to be very successful.
How else do you think Euraxia maintains order and keeps the ELSWEYR defense force at bay? She declared publicly, and has repeated often, that any attempt to liberate Rimmon will see her unleash the full fury of the siege weapons upon the city.
Why would you destroy the very thing you're trying to rule?
If Euraxia can't have Rimmon, then neither can anyone else. She'd destroy the city in a heartbeat if she thought she was in danger of losing control. Of course, she tells her non-bestial subjects that only the Khajiiti districts are targeted.
I'm sorry, but I just need to take all this in. I mean, can you really target those weapons that precisely? I've never worked a siege engine, and never really seen them up close before.
Absolutely not. But the lie makes her supporters feel better. The Khajiit know that even a peaceful protest could result in the destruction of Rimmon. So far, no one has dared to challenge Euraxia's will in this matter, and for good reason.
Even if I'm just pretending to be your servant, I'd really like to meet this woman, at least see her with my own eyes, and see how someone could be so dark and cruel. It's awful. It's absolutely awful.
When we get to the palace, let me do the talking. As the Elder Tharn, I'll demonstrate my dominance over Euraxia and negotiate a cessation of hostilities.
Oh, how gladly. I don't see where he went. Is he just behind me? Oh, is he gonna stand here? Ha ha ha! Never mind. I thought... Where'd you go? Oh, where'd you go, brother? I lost him. Has anybody else played through this part? Where'd he go? My map is saying that he's behind me. Let's see. Where is he? I lost Abner Thorn. I don't know. My map is leading me to him being behind me. Alright, well, let me just go back outside again. He must be back behind me somewhere. Abner? Where'd you go? I hope he didn't get... well... Yep, and when I'm out here, my map tells me it's in... maybe he went upstairs. Thank you. Thank you, Duchess. That is one thing, actually, that, the levels, how a map... something can look like it's behind me, but I can't tell.
Ah, here come Queen Euraxia's guests now. I don't like the looks of these meddlers. I say we feed them to the dragons and be done with it.
What in heaven's name? They should have put him in a slightly different position. Players coming out and clipping through him. Oh, Angie. Oh, Pumpkin. Well, that's a face. And his voice sounded really familiar. That looks exactly like... And I don't know where'd he go? Right. Excuse me? He looks so familiar to me.
So you're Abner Tharn's bodyguard and valet. Not what I expected. I assume you want to follow your master into the Queen's inner sanctum, huh? I'll allow it. But first, I want to gauge the measure of your marrow.
Despite the fact that she is usually a very happy-go-lucky person, Mersie cannot manage to wipe the look of disgust off of her face. Who are you? Are you one of her necromancers? She can barely get the word out.
I am Queen Euraxia's chief necromancer. You may call me Zumog Foom. The other grave callers answer to me. And this is my familiar and confidant, Sir Cadwell the Betrayer.
Sir Cadwell, that's it! Hello, Cap! Welcome! Yay! Thank you for coming. I hope you like roleplay. We are voice acting Mersie, the little Bosmer Templar, and I'm so glad to see you here. Feel free to sit down, ask me any questions you would like to know about the roleplay. That's it! I thought I recognized his voice. That's Sir Cadwell. He hasn't betrayed us. And what's happened to the rest of his body? Is that Cadwell's head?
Ah, yes. The betrayer saw you when it looked through the soul-shriven's eyes. The creature you know is a pale shadow of the dark night that once walked these lands. I exhumed his remains and reanimated him. Well, his head, it was all I could find.
The betrayer! Cadwell! You mean Cadwell's the betrayer? That head at the grave? And so the Cadwell I met wasn't really Cadwell? It was some sort of soul-shriven? A shadow? He was a dark knight? I don't understand. Why did you dig up Cadwell's head?
My actions don't concern you. I just wanted to meet Abner Tharn's lackey and determine if Queen Euraxia had anything to fear. The answer is quite clear. Your insignificance rivals that of the soul-shriven fool, which makes you eminently forgettable.
I'll tell you what. I will tell you straight. I have stared down a dragon, and I've lived to tell the tale. And I will tell you, that dragon was worthy of wetting my small clothes over. But you are not. Good day.
Now about the rest of my body, O pestilent one. Your
Wow,
insults won't taste in the process, betrayer. But there's a terrible draft in what used to be my
Presenting
nether
Abner
regions.
Tharn, Grand Chancellor and Overlord of Nibene, Imperial Battle Mage of the Elder Council, and Patriarch of the Tharn Dynasty, and his bodyguard.
Ah, half-brother. Your arrival, it's so unexceptional.
Pretending to be a queen
Hush, Abner, you bore me. Bodyguard, you look interesting. Come talk to me.
You heard her. Good luck.
Well, so much for you doing all the talking, eh? She whispers. Man, Cap, I'd love to kill him. And hopefully, not hopefully, I'm pretty sure we will get a chance. But we're gonna have to deal with his insufferable nonsense for a while. I don't want to interrupt this adventure in front of me, but, well... She looks around at the courtroom nervously. Turns, looking at the heavy guard side to side. And then steps up on the podium. I'm Mersie. And then she thinks to herself, try again, Mersie. I'm Mersie. And I'm a Templar of the honorable good and right. I'm also the bodyguard and personal valet to Abner Thorn. And if the Queen wishes to speak with me, then have her words and be done with it.
My sources indicated that my half-brother's associate was somewhat taller. Oh well. Now, why in the world should I even consider negotiating with members of the losing side?
If you call the losing side the people who stared down the gullet of the very dragons who think that you are the puppet, then I guess we're losers. Although, out of the three of us, we, Abner, Thorn, and I, happen to know the dragons think that. And until I said it, I'm pretty sure you didn't. So, I'm wondering, who might be the loser here? They plan to betray you, you know.
A warning? How thoughtful. You do know that I defeated the Khajiit army and took control of the Rimmon throne? I am no one's puppet, I assure you. But why do you suppose I have anything to do with dragons?
Yes! So, Duchess told me that it was really important to get Persuade and Intimidate right away, and she was right. Because it really helps to make different choices in the story. And now we have an option that we wouldn't have had if we hadn't gotten the Persuade and Intimidate skills. In case you haven't played Elder Scrolls Online, you can get those skills, Persuade, as the very first skill you get from the Mages line. You can just get the skill, like join the Mages Guild, grab the skill with your next skill point, and never do anything else with the Mages Guild. Which is what we'll be doing with Mersie, because Mersie is not really a mage. Or you can also join the Fighters Guild and get the Intimidate skill. And that means that you can have more options through the storyline. Because I am very focused on the story and bringing that to you as a series, I wanted to have as many options as possible for Mersie. So this is Persuade or Intimidate. She will rarely use Intimidate. It's not really her personality. However, let's see what our choices are. Mersie goes, "What makes me think you might have something to do with the dragons? Let me see. Well, Your Majesty, it could be because a dragon told me. Maybe?" Abner Thorn, she can hear him suppress a snicker behind her. In fact, I believe his name was Mulamnir, and he admitted to your alliance when I spoke with him. I spoke to him face to face and lived to tell the tale. So there's something for you.
Sweet talk? From an associate of my half-brother? I'm flattered. Shall we retire to the dungeons? We'll engage in the most interesting activities, you and I. You'll positively beg for mercy right up until the end, and then I'll give you to Foom.
By the way, speaking of Foom, Zumog, I met him outside. He can't be a very good necromancer if he can't even find a whole body to animate, and has nothing but a head to show for it. I don't believe. I think, Your Majesty, that you are many things. But, you know, fool. You know Mulamnir will destroy you once you've served your purpose. No matter how powerful you might think yourself to be. Yeah, try to be nice unless people are douche. Keep in mind, though, the only thing I'll tell you, Cap, is that this is a family-friendly channel and chat. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, so basically, she will usually use Persuade. Usually. And in this case, you know what? I'm going to take that back, what I just said. I'm going to take that back. And I'm going to have her say the Intimidate, because it seems more likely as to what she would say. Your Majesty, it's obvious that you are someone whose word cannot be relied upon, not like a true knight, not anyone with honor. But you really are just a usurper.
You dare threaten me? Insult me? I will see you drawn and quartered for your insolence. Mulamnir and I have an understanding. The dragons will secure my hold over ELSWEYR, and there's nothing you or my pathetic half-brother can do to stop them.
Your understanding is with a dragon who is hundreds, no thousands of years older than you are, with thousands of years of more bitterness and thousands of years of more time to think about how he wants to crush the humans, including you, underneath his thumb, his claw. Think about it. You're doing exactly what Mulamnir wants you to do. And Abner Thorn, she can practically hear Abner Thorn's slow smile behind her.
Enough! Zumog Foom, what news do you bring?
The Desert Wind Adaptorium has fallen. We move against Riverhold on your word.
Then the word is given. Now,
Whoa.
half-brother.
Treachery? How could I ever have anticipated this?
Guards, take them to the dungeons.
I don't think so!